In the sun-scorched sprawl of Sun Valley Estates, Arizona, where every mailbox matched the HOA handbook and every blade of Bermuda grass stood at attention, my grandpa Earl Harlan didn't knock. He announced himself with a thunderclap. Dawn light skimmed the red tile roofs, sprinklers whispered secrets across the cul-de-sacs, and there he was on our porch in boxers, tube socks, and that ratty Vietnam vet, we don't miss cap. A sleek black drone hovered like a mosquito outside the bathroom window, red light blinking like it paid rent. Grandpa racked the 12-gauge, muttered, "Not today, big brother," and squeezed. The drone spiraled down in a flaming plastic death dive, crashing straight into Mrs. Delgado's prize saguaro. 3-car alarms screamed. I stood there at 15, half a Pop-Tart in my mouth, thinking, lawyer or fire extinguisher. Turns out both, because the vintage foam can under the sink still had fight left. Before the smoke cleared, Vanessa Hargrove, Sun Valley's HOA president, part Pilates instructor, part self-appointed hall monitor, came buzzing up the street in her white golf cart like a pastel-pink battleship. 2 khaki-clad compliance officers jogged behind her, clipboards gleaming. She stepped off in a salmon blazer, so bright it could guide planes, diamond tennis bracelet flashing. "Earl, honey, what in the good Lord's property values did you just do?" she cooed, voice dripping artificial sweetener. Grandpa ejected the shell, cool as a desert breeze. "Removed a trespasser, Vanessa. You're welcome. That thing was filming me on the throne." Her smile never wavered. "Authorized under Covenant 47B, dear. Community Safety Drone Patrol. Perfectly legal." 6 feet from my toilet seat, Grandpa shot back. "If 47B says you get to watch a vet drop his drawers, you rewrote the Constitution while I was busy in Nam." The whole street inhaled. Curtains twitched. Even the neighbor's yappy Yorkie shut up. The official notice arrived that afternoon on embossed stationery smelling like fake lemon pledge. Mandatory disciplinary hearing, 9 a.m. sharp. Over black coffee and biscuits, I told Grandpa about the red blink I'd spotted near the kitchen window the day before. He went quiet, the kind of quiet that means calculations. "Son, they didn't buy one toy. They bought an army. Patterns, flight paths, blind spots. We're going to war." Sun Valley loved rules the way vampires love garlic, except the rules were the garlic. Approved wreath diameters. Cactus heights. Flagpole specs. Nothing about military-grade drones doing 3-axis spins at 2 a.m. At the hearing, Vanessa sat behind a folding table like a queen on her throne, 3 beige board members nodding like bobbleheads. Scorched drone pieces and printed stills of Grandpa in his skivvies lay on display. "Destruction of HOA property," the lead khaki intoned. "Add illegal surveillance of a veteran in his own bathroom," Grandpa replied. "And while we're listing sins, your aim at privacy sucks worse than mine at skeet." Vanessa's laugh tinkled like breaking glass. "We are a community of caring rules, Earl. For everyone's safety and resale value. Then show me the page that says you can film my bare ass without knocking." Silence. "They fined him 30 days to appeal." Grandpa laughed until he coughed. "Keep your nickel, sweetheart. I'll keep my dignity." But the drone wasn't a toy. I pocketed a charred shard, found the serial. My buddy Chloe ran it through every shady forum she knew. Not Amazon, dude. Modified military surplus. Facial rec thermal imaging. Illegal as hell in civilian hands. We started noticing the patterns. Same route every dawn. Mrs. Delgado's coral fence, the Nguyen family's pride flag, old Mr. Ruiz's solar panels. One night I biked past the HOA office bolted onto the community pool house. Through the maintenance door crack I saw screens glowing. Live feeds of kitchens, bedrooms, heat maps pulsing red where people walked too much. Grandpa studied my blurry phone pic under the garage light. They ain't checking lawns. They're building dossiers. We called ourselves the Porch Patrol. Mrs. Delgado brought binoculars and tamales. Retired magician Mr. O'Donnell offered smoke bombs and alibis. Chloe brought her laptop and zero chill. Our plan was simple: hit them where it hurt. Founders Day barbecue. The neighborhood looked like a brochure on steroids. Balloons at perfect height. Inflatable castles sweating in the 105-degree heat. Vanessa wore a sash that read Neighborhood Steward in gold letters like she'd earned it. At minute 18, Chloe gave the signal. While Grandpa challenged Vanessa to a public debate on whether gluten-free hot dogs violated the Second Amendment, and Mr. O'Donnell, accidentally, released ferrets into the crowd, Chloe and I slipped into the control room. Screens everywhere. Live feeds of toddlers, old folks paying bills, teenagers doing what teenagers do. A heat map throbbed like a guilty heart. Chloe's fingers flew. 20 seconds. At 12 the doorknob rattled. Flashlight beam sliced the dark. I slammed a metal shelf against the door. Folders exploded. One page landed at my shoe. Ruiz Carlos resistant. Neutralize. Buyout scheduled. Redevelopment Q3. Another had my own name circled. Harlan Alex, monitor escalation. Chloe yanked the drive. We bolted. Mr. O'Donnell popped smoke canisters. Grandpa unveiled his homemade potato cannon. Spuds flew like fiery missiles. Vanessa shrieked, "Stop those delinquents," but her goons were too busy dodging flaming starch. We dumped the drive online before the barbecue smoke cleared. Digital rights groups, local news, city investigator, all pounced. The headline exploded. Arizona HOA ran a legal spy network, targeted residents for cheap buyouts. Invoices proved it. Vanguard Development Solutions. Board member? Vanessa Hargrove. The drones weren't about tidy lawns. They profiled non-compliant homeowners, pushed them into early sales, then flipped the lots to developers for condos. Mr. Ruiz hadn't moved to Florida. He'd been erased. Next morning, city marshals cuffed Vanessa outside the pool house. No dramatic perp walk, just a firm hand on the elbow and a warrant that wouldn't take, but community standards, for an answer. Sun Valley blinked awake. Porch lights stayed on. Lawns went a little wild. People waved like neighbors again, not compliance inspectors. Grandpa stood in the yard with a hose, making rainbows, nodding like the desert had finally exhaled. The HOA dissolved. Vanguard's website vanished overnight. Someone painted a mural on the diner wall, Grandpa holding the drone by its charred tail like a trophy coyote. We started a YouTube channel, Porch Patrol, me narrating, Chloe breaking down the tech, Grandpa dropping one-liners like gravel. First video hit 100,000 views by supper. Comments poured in, other HOA horror stories, folks tired of clipboards pretending to be law. One night a kid's drone blinked low over the old office roof. My heart jumped. Grandpa reached for the shotgun wrapped in flannel. I held up my controller. Mine. Forgot the return home button. He stared, then grinned slow. Paint your name on that thing, kid. Or next time it meets birdshot. Sun Valley feels different now. Fences got honest. Flags fly without permission slips. The new entrance sign reads, "Welcome to Sun Valley. Bring your quirks. Leave the clipboard." I still think about Mr. Ruiz sometimes, about that cold little word neutralized on official paper. The investigation's ongoing. We keep pushing. Because clipboards only win when good neighbors stay quiet. So tell me, was Grandpa wrong for pulling the trigger on that drone, or was the real crime the woman who turned community standards into a surveillance racket? Drop your HOA war stories below. Who's really the Karen here?